In this piano tutorial, I want to share a progression that we can use as musicians to sort of get better and more comfortable with every single key. And this progression actually comes from the song Gotta Have You by Jonathan McReynolds. And this song is originally in the key of C sharp major. And what I'm going to do is teach the progression in this key, but I'm also going to demonstrate how you can play it in every single key as well. So that way, if you're more comfortable in a different key and understand the theory behind the chords in that key, you can have that information as well. Okay, so the progression sounds something like this, right? It's in the part that says I gotta have you, da 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 da. Oh Lord, I gotta have you, da 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 da. One more time. Switching up some of the chords. All right, so it's not such a difficult progression to learn, but I find that it's so important because it's almost plays every single diatonic chord within the major scale. Okay, so let's get into the lesson, understanding the voicings and the extensions that we are playing. So the first chord is the 1 chord, right, which is a C major 7, and what I do is I add the 3rd up here because of the melody of the song, right? So we start off on that 1 chord, which is C sharp major 7, and the next chord is going to be up a 4th, which is an F sharp. But very importantly, what we're going to do is maintain the melody and sort of build a chord out of there. So if we maintain this F and simply add an F sharp, you can see that it becomes an F sharp major 7, okay? But the way that we're going to voice it is we have the root, the 5th, the 7th, then we have the 9th, the 3rd or the 10th, again the 5th and the 7th, okay? That's how we're voicing. So we start off on the 1, we go up a 4th, and then we're actually going to go up another 4th, but within the C sharp major scale. So if you go up a 4th, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, we get to this C, and we're going to voice this C as a diminished chord, okay? Or a diminished 7th chord. Sorry, a half diminished chord. Let's be specific, right? It's a minor 7 flat 5 chord, right? And this chord right here is simply a combination of 2 chords. That's how I like visualizing. It's simply a minor 2 chord, right? An E flat minor over a 7. But we also are going to add this E flat up here to maintain, again, the melody of the song. Now this chord has 2 options, right? We can keep it this way, or we can make it a little bit more dissonant by creating another tritone within the chord, right? You can see we have this tritone right here, the C and the F sharp, but we can create another tritone by adding an E, or by substituting this E flat down here for an E, and it becomes a C7 sharp 9 flat 5, okay? So we have I gotta have you, 4, 7, and then from here we're going up a 4th again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 to the F, and we're going to voice this F as an F7 flat 9. Now this chord right here is very simple to form, right? All we need to know is that we're forming a 3. We're going to add the minor 7th, which makes it a dominant, right? And from that minor 7th, all we do is go up by 3 half steps, right? We go up 3 halves. 3 halves. 1, 2, 3. Another one. 1, 2, 3. And then we add another one, right? And we get the F7 flat 9. So 1, 4, 7, 3. Now the next chord is going to be, again, same pattern, going up by 4ths. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the B flat or A sharp, and we're going to voice it in this way, right? B flat minor 11. Now this chord may seem like a lot of notes, but again, I like thinking in terms of chords, right? We have a B flat minor in our left hand and an A flat major in our right hand. And when we combine both, we get this B flat minor 11. And a really cool grace note that I like using with this chord in particular is going from the B flat to the C, something like this, right? Sounds really nice. From here, we're going again up a fourth. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 to a E flat, and we're going to voice that as the dominant 7, like this. All we have is an E flat, the minor 7th, the major 3rd, the 5th, and the minor 7th again, or the dominant 7th. And from here we go up another fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 5, A flat, and this chord right here we're actually going to voice as a suspended chord, right? A flat 7 sus4 flat 9. Now this chord may look a little bit difficult to memorize, but again, it's just a combination of two chords. We have the 5 as a suspended fourth, right? A flat sus4 under a minor 4 chord, right? This F sharp minor. And if we want to spice it up a bit, we can add the E flat up here, or even add up the F sharp up here, okay? And that's our last chord, and we get back to the 1. So all together, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, okay? So that's in the key of C sharp major. Now let's go again through all different keys. That way you have a better understanding of how it's played. So let's do it in D major now. We're just going to go up chromatically. So D major. Again, like I said in the beginning, some of the voicings may change just because I may be used to playing it a different way in a different key, but it's going to be as similar as possible, okay? For example, this one chord, instead of playing it as a major 7, I played it as a D major 13 by adding this 6. So I gotta have you to the 4, gotta have you, oh Lord, I gotta have you, and it repeats. All right, let's move up to the E flat. So we would play it in this way. And again, if you find these demonstrations a little bit too fast, you can slow it down using the slow down feature on the YouTube, okay? So gotta have you, 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, right? It's different this time, or we can just keep it the same, right? And then we go to the 5. All right, let's move on to E major. I gotta have you. All right, F major. F sharp major. I gotta have you. G major. flat, A major, B flat, B, oops, I messed that up once again. Now C major, last key. Right, so that's gotta have you this progression that we can learn in every single key. If you're not subscribed to this channel, remember to subscribe. That way you can receive all these videos. Quick reminder, I have a piano course available. It's the first link in the description. There I teach 11 gospel jazz progressions that are very useful for your daily playing. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video.